So a reminder that slope represents the steepness of a line. It is also called the rate of change of a function. So here we have a screenshot from Desmos, y equals 3x plus 2. This line has a y-intercept at 2. So that's the point 0, 2. And then you can make a little slope triangle. It goes up 3 over 1. So that's what you see in this equation. You see that the slope is 3, so 3 over 1, which is why you see me going up 3. I'll usually say like up 3, right 1, but it's a positive slope, so that's why it's going up. And then your y-intercept b is the point 0, 2. So that's the two numbers that you see here in your equation. 3, 2. When you find the slope from a graph, please make sure that you have 2 points that are hitting the corner. If you want to make a note, like if this is helpful for you, choose 2 points that hit the corner. So you would want to choose points where the line is hitting like right there. So for example, on this one, I would maybe choose this guy and the y-intercept, because those are points that are hitting the corners of the square, easier to find. And then you can make your slope triangle, which just helps us figure out the rise and the run. You can just count the squares for now. I don't need positive or negative yet, but I have, what is my rise? How many squares here? It's got 1 whole square, but you need to look outside. So it's actually 2. It's okay. 2, and then what is the run? 3. Yeah. Okay, this is the part where you need to make sure you do this correctly. It's how you're writing the fraction and then what sign that you give it. Because we usually do okay with this part, but it's when we put it into the fraction, then I see a lot of smaller mistakes. So when we go to write this as a fraction, which number goes on the top? The 2. Yes. 2 goes on the top. So 2 over 3, and then you need to think about this line. Is this line positive or negative? Negative. If you remember Slope Dude, he would say, nice negative. So please make sure you give it a negative sign in front. Please make sure that you have points that hit the corner of a square. So I wouldn't want to pick like a point right here because that's hitting in the middle of a square, for example. I would want to choose one of these ones that hit the very corner or like at the intersection of those squares. So it doesn't really matter if you missed this one like I did earlier and picked this one up here, it would still work out okay. So if you didn't pick the same point as me, it's all right. But I'm going to pick that one just to keep it interesting. And then my rise would be 4, and my run would be 2, and then we put it as 4 over 2. Yours might look like 2 over 1, right? If it divides evenly, please make sure you divide it evenly. What is the slope here? 2. And so remember, slope is the letter M. Why? I'm not sure. Oh, is this line positive or negative? It's positive. Slope Dude would say puff, puff, positive as he goes up the mountain. When we're looking at the equation of a line, this M is your slope. If you need to like write it in, you can. And this B is your y-intercept. If you're using point slope equation of a line, then remember M is your slope, and so that's going to be in front of the parentheses. Right there, where x1, y1 is a point. Oh, this was on the This equation is in the form, this is a slope-intercept equation, so it's y equals mx plus b. So Haley, what's my slope? Yeah, my slope is 3 over 5. If you were to graph that, it would go up 3, right 5. And should be a positive line. I'm just asking for the slope right now. I don't need the y-intercept as well. This is the standard form equation of a line, which is not on the front. So this is actually in a different form. It's not y equals mx plus b. You cannot get your slope from it as it is, because these are just random numbers. So this is called standard form, which wasn't on the front. And if you see it in this form, then you need to get it into y equals mx plus form, y equals mx plus b, so you can actually tell me what the slope is. This takes a little bit more work. I'll so often see students just look in front of the x and say like, oh, well, my slope must be 4. No, it's not y equals mx plus b. You can't do that. You actually have to do the work for it. So the first thing you would do is move your x term to the other side if you want to write down some steps. So that usually entails adding or subtracting. I see, we're moving this, 4x to the other side. It's positive, so how should I move it? Yeah, subtract it. Subtract 4x, subtract 4x, and then these, that would move it to the other side. So now I have 4y equals, okay. Can I do 16 minus 4x? Do I combine those? Are they like terms and get 12x? No. This one has an x and this one does not. Please do not try and combine them. They have to stay separate. 16 minus 4x, like so. Okay, we're not done. You've moved the x term over. We're trying to get it in y equals mx plus b. So what else do I need to do with this 4? Just like you would in a regular equation. You see a number right next to a variable, you divide it. So 2 divide by the number in front of y, and then you should be good. So if I divide by 4 on the left, then I have to do it on the right-hand side too. You might like to write it like this. For some students, that's confusing, and so I'll often write it like we're dividing everything by 4, just to help you realize that you need to make sure you divide each and every term. So that one cancels out, and then make sure you divide each piece and simplify each piece. So then you get it in y equals mx plus b. 16 divided by 4, give me 4. And then this one is negative 4 divided by positive 4, negative 1x. If you don't like this, you could rewrite it as negative 1x plus 4, same thing. Okay, now talk to your table. What's the slope? Negative 1, so the slope here, m equals negative 1. This is a number that is in front of x now that we've got it in y equals mx plus b. And so you see it, and then I'll put a poster up on the wall here when we're done so you have all the forms. Y minus y1 equals m, x minus x1. This is called point slope form, which we probably didn't do a whole lot with in Algebra 1, depending on maybe where you took Algebra 1. Okay, so you see it in your equation. It's right there. That's your slope, negative 2. And then you have a point on the line is what's given to you. So m equals negative 2. My slope is negative 2 from that equation. If you want to jot down the formula again, a reminder that the formula for slope is, I'll do it out to the side maybe, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. which is just a fancy way to say find the change in y over the change in x. So this is our slope formula. You might have a way that you know you like to find slope, because you should have done some finding slope in geometry and obviously algebra 1. So if it's a different way than what looks like what I do, it's fine as long as you're getting the same thing. We're going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2, and even if you're not going to use the formula, this is not a bad idea, because I have students that mix up the x's and the y's. All right, my slope is, on the top, we're going to do the y values. So y2 minus y1. So that would be 7 minus 3. Doesn't matter which point you start with, you've got to make sure you do it on the top and bottom. Okay, repeat that with your x values. x2 minus x1. And you need to be careful because there is a negative. So when you go to do this one, you have to do 4 minus negative 1. And simplify it, obviously. 7 minus 4, 3 would give me 4. And on the bottom here, if I do 4 minus negative 1, if you need to use a calculator, you could, but that would actually be 4 plus 1, so it would get me 5. For some of us, this part right here is confusing because it becomes addition, which is why the formula can be kind of hard. So then your other option is to just find the change. So because slope is really just the change in y over change in x, you could just look at your numbers and figure out how they're changing. So to go from 3 to 7, how do you go from 3 to 7? You add 4. Okay. And then how do you go from negative 1 to positive 4? You add 5. So this is your change in y, and this is your change in x. So then I can just put those in my equation. 4 over 5, same thing. So if you prefer to just like find the change, that's fine. If you prefer to use a formula, that's fine. Okay. This one actually does something kind of interesting. Okay. X1. So if you got to the fraction and you're so confused on what to do, we'll talk about it. I would do negative 1 minus 7 on the top, 2 minus 2 on the bottom. And if you did it without the formula, you should get the same thing. So that would be negative 8 over what? 0. Okay. If you look over here on the wall, there are some posters. This actually, if you put it, it's equal to 0, that's incorrect. Please change it to say undefined. So that would be your final answer. That means it's actually a vertical line because slope would say undefined. That would be when you have, so horizontal lines meaning like this, have a slope of 0. It is okay to do 0 divided by something, you get 0. Vertical lines have an undefined slope, so these lines, that would be if you have something divided by 0 and that is not okay, and that's when you get undefined, okay?